Very good afternoon to you. Let's start, despite the fact that most of the students are using the very I think you will remember the last time we were talking about the consumer behavior, and also we discussed about the consumer behavior model, the stimulus response model. That's the place where we stopped last. So then we will start from another area. Is when we talk about a particular person, that means you and me, for our behavior, there are so many factors influence. So these factors are the next thing I'm going to talk about here. How those factors are influencing the behavior of you and me. So as it says, we have set some factors that's really influencing the people's behavior. Some of those factors are cultural factors, social factors, personal factors, and the psychological factors. What I'm going to do now, I'll take one factor at a time and I'll tell you what is that factor is about, and then we'll tell you like how that factor is going to influence the behavior of the people. This is generally common sense, so that I'm not giving you the note per se, but you have to understand the 2 points, like what is the factor and then how that factor is influencing the behavior. The first one is the cultural factor. So, under the cultural factor, the very first one is the culture. Culture means what? Culture means like the way that you and me live, like our customs, traditions, rituals, and the way like we live day to day. So that's all combination we call as a culture. We know that the particular person's culture certainly influences how that person is behaving. I take an example, since we belongs to Asian culture, basically Sri Lankan culture, the food we are looking for identify. It's our culture. So, but if we are in another country, so that culture is totally different. So we might be looking for fish and chips. Or maybe burger, or maybe like beans, maybe chapati. So therefore, we say that based on the culture, it's determined how people consume the thing. Like say for an example, since we are Asians, we are Sri Lankan, we use the hand for eating. But in other Asian countries, they are eating the chopsticks for eating. And Western people, they are using the open the spoon for eating. So that's the culture. So therefore, as a marketeers, we should understand the culture always determines how people behave. Therefore, you have to adjust. Like when the the food chains, whenever they are coming to Sri Lanka, without having rice, they can't survive in Sri Lanka because other people look for us. So that's why even the KFC, they have rice. And also the Burger King, they have rice. The McDonald's, they have rice somewhere on there. So likewise, it's the cultural adaptation. You can understand without having rice, they can't survive in Sri Lankan context because it's Sri Lankan culture. And once they move to another country, like the predominantly Sri Lankan people are eating chicken. But if they go to another country like the Middle Eastern, so they can't offer pork. And for Indians, they can't offer beef. So that's a cultural adaptation. So that we should understand as marketeers, culture is the main component for people to behave in certain ways, and therefore marketeers should adapt themselves. So that's why even the pizza, Domino's, once they come to Sri Lankan context, so they have Sri Lankan flavor. Spices are quite high, and even whenever they are doing some food innovations, so they put like chili sambar with something else. The chili sambar flavor is also available in Sri Lanka because it's our Lanka flavor. And even like The rice version, so we basically use hand so that we need to have like loose rice. The one rice should be different from the other. But if you take the Chinese, Japanese, Vietnam, the Myanmar, they are also Asians, but they use chopsticks. They don't use the hand. So that they need a different version of it. Sticky rice. And also the way of operating is also different. Because if you are running a restaurant in Srilanka, you should understand like we take the plate and we put the rice and we put all the curries on top of the rice and eat because we are mixing up from the hand. But in another country, though they are Asians, like they are using different format. Like you have to have a rice bowl separately and the curry bowl separately. Because you are using the chopsticks and take the curry separately and mix it up in the, not just mix it up in the bowl. The rice bowl is very small. There is no place to, and even like once you are having the certain food, the waste, so there is no place to keep the waste. So they are putting on the table. But for us, it's like very odd. So the last time once I traveled to China, so then I was like thinking, so where to put the waste? Normally there should be a plate. So all these people are putting on the table itself. Okay? Because that's their culture. So then before the next customer comes, they clean the table. So likewise, it's totally depending on the customer. Even in our the hotels, the Asian we use water so that the water is supplied in the bathroom. But in the Western culture, no water is being used, so that no bitter. Likewise, it's something very closely towards how people are behaving. So the marketer should understand they have to adapt. And like some cases, even Coca-Cola, when the Coca-Cola is going to Japan, the Japanese people thought that if they are drinking something red, it's like drinking blood. So that it was an issue for Coca-Cola because Coca-Cola is in a reddish color. So they had to change the color into a different color. They have to change their color into a different color. So they changed it to yellowish color. Why? Because Japanese people made it and decreased it. Once you made the green, it's coming in yellowish color. So they have to change the entire production formula to change the color of the product. Unless otherwise the culturally it's replaced. Then slowly they change, like after several years, only they change slightly with the perception and with the generation, people accept that even the babies also accept. And even the version of the Coca-Cola taste is also different. So the Western people, it's not that sweet, but for the Asian people, it's sweet. The production formula, they have slightly changed. And even done. So when Coca-Cola again entered to Japan, so normally their distribution strategy is like making it available in convenience shops and supermarkets. But Japanese people for drinks and snacks, they won't go to supermarkets because they don't have time to go to. Mainly they use the vending machines because those people are very fast because it's always busy. So then, so in the train stations and bus stops and everywhere, they have the vending machine. So then they take all those kind of drinks and the other snacks from the vending machine because otherwise they are going to miss the train or the bus because it's just in time system. Like if you are getting down from the one train and if you are not walking in a particular speed and if you are not taking the lift and that lift you are going to miss and then if you are going to miss the other lift and likewise it's like underground 8 floors are going to Tokyo and the also the several so it's altogether more than 10 floors. Underground also. So then they are like machines. Unless otherwise, if they are not working in a particular speed and not taking a particular speed, and that will go and connect it with another flow, it goes to another flow, and then you are going to miss the train that goes to another. So there is no place for them to look around and also look for them to leave. So that it's mainly vending machines. So the Coca-Cola had to invest on separate vending machines to make sure their product are smoother. So even in like some cities in Vietnam, the traffic is so serious. So the people they are having the breakfast mainly in the vehicle itself because in one place the vehicle is going to stand for a particular time period. So the shopkeepers are coming to the vehicle and selling them. Because that time period they can stay in one place. All the snacks and the drinks, the people, the shop owners are coming towards the vehicle and give it And until those people are finished off, the vehicle is in motion. So likewise, it's totally depending on the culture. We have to adjust ourselves as well. And sometimes it's like the bottleneck, sometimes it's not. Like the Coca-Cola Japanese case, it was a bottleneck, but they have slightly changed their product, and now they are in the normal use. And even it was a case when the Nescafe is coming to Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is mainly tea drinking countries. But the coffee is totally, you have to find a occasional consumption. So if it is very cold, they used to go for coffee. Or else if you have a tummy issue, then you used to go for coffee. So it's an occasional consumption. But the Nescafe wants to operate as the normal product, like regular use. So then how they break the cultural barrier. How the Nescafe want, but now the Nescafe is much more popular than even the other soft drinks. Everywhere you go, that you can see the Nescafe machine. And we offer the Nescafe, not for the other drinks. So they have on the marketing that way. So what we need is to, because so our mindset is mainly for tea. What they did was they changed the production formula to bring the tea trade with the nest name. So then the nest combined with the tea, because Sri Lanka is mainly for tea lovers, then it became a nest tea, then we accept the nest tea. But now the nest tea is not popular. So how they change that? Because normally culture is something we learn. It's not something we born with. Not something we are going to bring from the next birth or the birth that we have come to this birth. Because your parents are the ones initially saying that this is how you have to eat. This is how you have to sit. This is how you have to take the table. And this is how you have to use the hands. So you should not take food beyond this point. Something like that. So everything's been taught by the parents. And then you are taking some of the stuff from the school. And some from your the friends. And some from the society. So like it's like learning, evolving. So compared to Sri Lanka, that is much more like easier. Why? Because we are very polycentric. Polycentric means there is no centric one. Centric means what? Centric means we love our products. So local products love us. But polycentric is opposite. We love foreign products. So who loves a local product? Ethnocentric something. Yeah. Japan, China, Korea. So those countries are very ethnocentric. Even US, Germany, France, UK. So UK, of course, it's a multicultural now, so you can't say it's that much. But the local people, so they think that there are people are the best and their products are the best. So therefore, it's very ethnocentric. So that it's very hard to change their culture for a multinational company. The multinational company wants to reach the Indian market, they have to adapt to the Indian market. It's mainly adaptation. But if you see as a market, you see a country which is very polycentric. So polycentric means like you love the foreign product, like Sri Lanka. If it is like you have two products, one is imported and one is local. Even with the local one, you have to say that this is imported. Otherwise, it's not going to buy. So that's our mindset. I don't know from where that we got that mindset probably we have been colonized for long. Yes. Maybe that's the reason. I don't know. Okay. So therefore, we are very, very polycentric. We love the foreign things. So that they are changing very quickly. So then it's kind of nicely using how. Now the 2 points around. One is the marketeers needs to adapt to the culture. That's obvious. I gave the example. The Coca-Cola. A lot of Sri Lankan example, like there are a lot of spices and Bali. So a lot of cases are there. And the other one is you can even change the culture, but it's a long-term strategy, not something that you can do overnight. How Even it's much more popular than all the other soft drinks, all the other functional drinks. It has come to the top of the mind of the people. Yeah, even to establish a machine, so first they have to let the culture change. The culture they make should accept. How they introduce coffee shop concept. It's not exactly from the Nescafe, but that is the influence of them, because Nescafe is a European product. So with the influence of multinational corporations, they put the coffee shop concept in Sri Lanka as an affluent product, as a status product. Like established a lot of coffee shops around the Colombo area. So they are actually rich product, affluent product. The people go there not to have the coffee, but to maintain their status. Like the ideal example is barista. The people go there not to have the coffee, but barista. It's to show that you are the barista. So that's been nicely accepted by the teenagers. So teenagers, it has become a fashion for them to go to coffee shops and have the pictures and put them in the social. And also just listen to something like in the break also, people don't say let's go for a tea, but say that let's go for coffee. So coffee has become a foreign product, so that it has become a bit of a fluid product, become a high class product. And then that's how they have imposed for they have changed the Srilankan culture, the people accept it. Then now the tea has become inferior, coffee has become superior. So everyone wants to go for a nice cafe. The cafe has become a bit of a affluent in the mind. So even the originally Nescafe was the product that's been handled by Coca-Cola, the distribution channel itself. The Coca-Cola is the one who handles the Nescafe distribution side around the island. It's completely different because they never thought that it's going to challenge them as well. But now even the Coca-Cola is being challenged because of the Nescafe. Since people accept it, since people are demanding it, now almost all the places Nescafe machines are. But it's a second round. Round is coffee shop. If you go to coffee shops in Lanka, like even a small cafe with a cappuccino, I think it's more than 1,000 rupees. But that is the cheapest product in Europe. So therefore, like it's how it's being placed in our mind. So there are 2 points are there to the culture, cultural adaptation, and the cultural. You are changing the culture. You can take down like culture is one. Take down the cultural adaptation. You take down rough examples like yeah, KFC rice. Yeah, also having rice. And the spices, spices have very unique flavors like seeds of garlic, these kind of things. Pizza Hut and Domino's. And even Nestea. And also you can take down the other example like the Coca-Cola introducing the yellowish color in Japan. So likewise, some of those examples you can take down as cultural adaptation. How the marketeers adapt according to the culture. Also, you can take down like the culture is something learned. Something learned, so which means multinational companies can change the culture. The example you can take down acceptance of Nescafe with the introduction of coffee shop concept in Sri Lanka. You get the fashion industry, fashion product, like most of fashion products, subversion of Western culture, the cultural adaptation. Yeah, it's a small thing for you to think. When we take Galle, we take Galle phrases. So they had an issue whenever they are entering into Iran. Iran is a Islamic country. That is also like when you have some certain cultures that's predominantly Islamic. So they have very idealistic situations because, like, especially for food, because if you are exporting any food to any Islamic country, make sure that it's halal. The policies are being adapted against some of the manufacturers across. So there's a cultural adaptation. And also with the one in a particular soap company, and they are introducing soap to Malaysian market, they said that because they are very particular about the one oil they are using for the soap. The make sure it's free from animal oil because they don't know which kind of animal oil that they're using for the soap. So that should be something like extracted from the nation, maybe free or something like that. So that means you have to change the entire production code. And even when you are offering like some cosmetics, so they are very particular about whether it's include the fragrance. They prefer the fragrance free because the fragrance means alcohol. So they are alcohol avoid that. So something like that. So they are very particular about the food item, fashion, because even the fashion also they have like unique kind of the dress code, and also for the cosmetics, perfume, alcohol, and especially the hotels, the way that they are celebrating, it's totally different approaches. So the Galle had that issue because by the time they are entering Iran being the mainly Islamic country, they don't encourage the shaving because they let the beard to grow very long because it's a cultural, like I think it's a religious belief or something. I don't know exactly what's the reason behind it, but that's their tradition. That is a part of the main culture. The promoting clearly publicly is prohibited because it's against the culture. So then Galle had the issue when entering into that market. But they don't know. Oh. As a leader, this is a razor, the main purpose is shaving. But as a cultural aspect, it is prohibited. So that you can't advertise. You can't promote it in that country. The product using for shaving. Because shaving is not everything. Finally, they want how to understand what creativity that we can suppose that they are influenced as a college. Very simple, they found out other use of the same product. They introduce it as a medical equipment. Because in the hospitals, some head injuries, after head injuries happen, so the hair needs to be shaved. So then it's a medical equipment, not a consumer product. So then whoever wants it, you can purchase it, but you are not supposed to. So likewise, it's a cultural adaptation. If you can't promote the regular use according to the culture, you find another use. It's a marketing campaign, different the product itself now is only to the hospital. So likewise, there are a lot of cases in the world, like the culture may be hindered or it's a kind of a bottleneck, but the marketeer should be strong enough to find the, like they have to bend the culture. If the culture is not possible to change. So Sri Lanka, of course, it's change as an escape. Okay. And the other one is subculture. So within the main culture, of course, even in Sri Lanka, we have different subcultures according to the nationality, the religion. So if we take like the way that the people celebrate the the religious festivals, the Buddhist people they mainly go for white color, and the way of celebrating something, some unique customs are there. But the Hindu community, like the Tamil community, it's a totally different approach. They mainly use very bright colors and also different customs. So the market is should adapt to it. And even Islamic is again another culture, especially in terms of food consumption and the dress. And I'm not quite sure, like even in Sri Lanka also, I think alcohol consumption is prohibited. But I know that some of the Islamic people and they are consuming. But to the public, they are not. So likewise, depending on the religion or the nationality, the way that you are consuming, especially fashion items and the food items. So if you are having a like fashion retailing store in an area where the majority of the Islamic community, so you have to have dresses that the Islamic communities look. Otherwise, you won't be able to serve. So if you are targeting Islamic community for your restaurant, you have to manufacture the meat-related product following the halal procedure. Otherwise, they won't come and purchase things from you. So likewise, it's within the same the culture. We are Sri Lankans, but we should respect different subcultures and we have to adjust to it. That's the idea. So that's why, like, when certain the festivals are coming for the Christmas, all the window dresses are changing to Christmas colors. And when the dress up is coming, all the dummies they are being dressed in white colors. So when the Deepavali and those kind of things, and according to that, the people are now decorating the windows. I mean, the retailers are decorating the windows according to the subculture. Some of those examples. The subculture we can see according to the nationality and the religious. The Buddhist, in the way of they celebrating, they are using like very white colors, and they are not consuming certain meat. And like that's why for the result, all the alcohol retailers are supposed to close their shops. And another religion for the Christmas, so they open. For the Christmas alcohol, it's been massively being sold, but for the result, it's not anymore. And the retail shops needs to close. So that's the subcultural adaptation. Even meat item for the Islamic community, make sure that it's produced following the halal procedure. You have taken your own. It is only examples to take them on your own. That really affects the food items and the clothing items. Clothing items because the different subcultures are having different color preferences, different designs. Because Islamic community, the ladies are wearing a very unique way. And for the food, mainly they look for halal procedure. And also you can take down according to the different subcultural festivals, retail shops, clothing retail shops are changing their windows. That also another adaptation of subculture. According to the subcultural, the religious festival. Clothing retail shops changing the window. Like for the Vesak, all the dummies are dressing white color. For the Christmas, all the dummies are now changing to Christmas color. The red and the green. Like even alcohol retail shops for the Vesak it's closed, but for the Christmas it's open. you take a few of those examples that reflect how within the same country the marketeers are changing according to the cultural diversity, subcultural diversity. Of course, in Sri Lanka, we don't have much of racial group, but some countries like India, the racial groups is also like very serious. So you might have seen some Hindi films where the people see people like with the covering of the head, like the beard, like this. So they are the high class in the family. So they won't allow their sons to get an affair with the poor people. The most of the stories are around that. So it's a racial, the subculture. And also the way of celebrating, that everything is totally depending on the caste that you are belongs to. But in Sri Lanka, luckily we don't have that such. Yeah. But India is very fine. Maybe the North Indians, how they treat the South Indians, also it's a racial thing. Maybe that's Hindi. If you want to take down examples, the racial groups, we can take down examples like India, Singh people. That's always their surname is also doing a Singh. And I think they are also good. And in girls, stories around the racial discrimination. Also, the another subcultural diversity we can see geographically. Like that is, even in Sri Lanka, is also we can see. Like the way that the Canadian people they are different from the other people. Like especially ladies. So the Canadian ladies, they always go for the Canadian. But the other part of the region, so either we can go for Canadian or the South. It's not a must. Isn't it? And also the way of eating, especially when you are comparing to the down south. Down south, there's a very unique taste. Like they have, I think they have curd with rice. And they have double with rice. And also like they're using different terminologies. And their spices are quite high level. So that's why you can see Madal Batkade in Colombo. Because it's a unique flavor. Not even Colombo, it's there in Melbourne. Because it's that's the from single itself it's been written. So then that it shows like they have very unique flavor geographically customized. So that the market should be under that. And even I mean some promotion, like the northern part of the country, mainly the Tamil community. So that you have to send the sales staff who can speak Tamil. Otherwise, you can't track their mark. Because they don't speak single or English code. It's meant to the Tamil. And even like whenever you are putting promotions, everything should be written first in Tamil, then if you want, then in English. But otherwise, simply from Tamil itself, you can say. And so certain terminologies like the down south, they have very unique terms. Like sometimes some funny the things also like why is this ice like something like this? So they otherwise they don't understand what you're talking about. If you have someone in the colleagues in the car, so you know there are certain terminology. So that's very unique too. Not only the down south, there are certain the things like so the people always say and I see that somewhere in the middle always say exactly. Automatically comes. Likewise, there are some other but not that isn't processing. And some people like for the funerals, they say for the funeral. I don't know which part. I think it's I was talking about I was thinking what is this but then I realized that it's talking about the funeral. So likewise, it's the different terminologies. So as marketers, we should understand if we are going for those kind of regions, we have to send the people who are familiar with the terminology. Otherwise, you can't mingle with the customers because you don't understand. They are Sri Lankans, but yet they use different terms, different language. It's the food preference. You can take down the food preference like Mother food shop. And also you can take down the dress codes like the Canadian people. The 28 what's it back of the video? I feel like painting. I'll make it 24. This is part. We have to shift to this. Then, so you can talk about the food preferences and also the vocabulary, and also you can talk about the language. The northern people mainly they use Tamil for promotion. Almost all the communications mainly going in Tamil. And for the food preference, you can say that the Matra food shop is available in Colombo to targeting the down south people. And when it comes to sending sales staff, so to make sure you are sending a sales staff, those who are familiar with that vocabulary. So otherwise, either you can't keep that sales staff with the company because sales staff will quit. Otherwise, that person won't be able to pick the target because the person is not familiar with the words that the community is talking. Then the next one is the social class. So the one person came place is defined. The social class is also cultural factor where if we take any country, they have basically three social classes: upper class, middle class, and the lower class. Okay. According to the social class that you are belongs to, you are going to behave in a certain way so that you are going to buy a certain product. So that's the idea. According to the social class, so your behavior depending on your behavior, so you are going to get certain product. Like what? Alcohol, tobacco. The one who go for the unbranded tobacco, alcohol, but the one who is in the upper class go for the branded tobacco. And perfume. So from the brand, so certain brands are super luxury prices. So that is the purpose. Even automobiles, the branded wristwatches, branded clothing, the branded bags like PG money, so expensive. But the normal ones is also there. That is for the social class. Take down the second. The social class determine. Social class determine what people purchase to reflect their social class. The social class determine what people purchase to reflect their social class. Example, upper class people always look for luxurious paper. And they down like how many years luxurious paper. The branded wristwatches, like products. The branded clothing items. Even perfume. Perfume and tobacco, alcohol. like certain alcohol are inferior. It doesn't have a brand alcohol, but certain alcohol, certain brands for middle class, but luxury brands for upper class. And even tobacco also the same. Certain ones doesn't have a brand for the inferior class, and then with the brand, I don't know about within the brands also it has upper class. Probably it is. And so those we call as status quo product. Like some of the products you use to maintain your status. Those products we call as status quo products. Like automobiles and the wristwatches and even perfume people use to maintain the status because a particular flavor, like the fragrance, if people know that it's expensive, so they will use that expensive to reflect that they are in the social class. So those we call as status quo. Even the coffee shops themselves in Sri Lanka, they use this because they know that the people go for barista to reflect that they are in upper class. Otherwise, they can have a coffee at home. So likewise, it's also it's a status quo product. And also for Sri Lanka, even the mobile phones, Apple, they use as a status quo product. To maintain the status, they move up because it's the brand. What others? And also very, I would say that it's very strange. So, medical products like medical services, the Sri Lankans have taken it as a status. Like when you want to do a surgery or you want to like get some medical testing done. So you are very afraid to go to like you don't have a comfortability to go to a public hospital. Because after the surgery, the visitors are coming. So you have to tell them where you have taken the treatment. Especially for baby deliveries, people are very concerned about it in Sri Lanka. And also like some massive surgeries, because they are very worried what happened after the delivery and after the surgery. Once the visitors are coming and our people are also very gossipy people, and they are asking, they're not asking like they're not happy whether this person is surviving, and they're asking where the surgery has done, where the delivery has done. So the ladies are a little shy to say that it has been done in like the public hospital. But the public hospital is like it's for that kind of a medical services, life assurance should be the most important, not the status. But Sri Lankans, status is more important than life assurance. So it's very unique to Sri Lanka. I don't know if it has happened that way. Yeah, that was second data and coming down. Also, the medical the treatments that has been taken as the product people use to reflect their social life. And even the way that we are spending vacation, that's another thing. When everyone is going in the New Year vacation and everyone is going to the out country, you also want to. You take a loan and because otherwise you can't be in that community. Reflect that joint action. So it's the spending the vacation. It's also has become a social cost reflecting that. Basically, so I think that's basically mind. Even some of the questions nowadays are not like in the natural development, but in the teenagers. So there are certain questions like they want to reflect that they are in a particular social class. Sometimes they are not really. It's a two-way. So sometimes social class determines what you pursue. That's what now I get. And sometimes these people want to reflect they are belongs to a particular social class, they go to those class. But they are not really belong to the social. You get that. So sometimes like I have come across one scenario. The particular my student, particular child, that one of my friends shared that story with me. So that intern who came who was just starting the job, And the owner of that shipping house, shipping the line is one of my friends, one of my students, so I told a student, and he said that "Madam, nowadays the teenagers are quite strange because the second day or the third day, he has seen that boy in the apple phone. The apple phone is expensive, so he has not even taken the salary. That's the second or the first day, the second day to the third day. Then I go says on, well, like you have one apple phone, it's the most expensive. So then the owner of the company knows that this person is not coming from the I can't say good family, that person doesn't have financial strength to accommodate for that kind of thing. So then he has replied, yes, my father got the gratuity. From the gratuity, this son has requested the apple. You just imagine. So now he wants to maintain himself as a person who is in offer. It's just a one scenario, so likewise, so many scenarios, especially in the teenage and very young stage, where it's not that you are really belongs to the social class, the respected, but you want to show that you are in that social. So the market is a nice. So they show that if you are like in this kind of a character, you are in upper class. So that's why in the social media you have one person, but in the reality you have a different person having to come across. In the social media, like very different social class. But in reality, that person is in another social. It's just a manipulated picture, but for that manipulation, it's the opportunity for marketeers because it's a good market. That's the social class. And then let's go to the you want, I don't give you a branch. So we go for that. Because I'll go the social factor. Then now I finish with cultural factor. The remember, the normally once I ask about the social factors, there is a tendency the students are writing social factors as a social. It's a cultural factor because cultural factor we look at the broader sense. We look at the particular society in a macro perspective. So that's why culture, subculture, social factor. I mean, as cultural factor. Let's go for it. 20 minutes or 25. Then try to learn up in 20 minutes. For some, of course, it's too early, but we started at 12.
सबमिट करಬೇಕಿನ ಇದ್ರೆ एक सबमिट करಬೇಕಿನ ಇದ್ರೆ ರೇಟ್ ಇರಬೇಕು
Okay, it's time now. Yeah. We are heading to another factors called social factors. In the social factors, we have group, social networks, family, role, and status. It comes starting with the groups and the social network. Yeah. As we are Asians, we love to live in groups. We are very much comfortable to live in groups. Like, because we call it like the Sri Lankan organization, we are with a collective culture. So if you are with the group, you feel very comfortable, and also you are very concerned about what other people are thinking about you, and you are adjusting your behavior according to the group where you want to be. Like, say, let's be called as reference group. Yeah, maybe we can see two types of reference: membership group and the non-membership group. Membership groups are the groups where you have taken the formal membership. Like the family, you are the lifetime member in your family. It won't change. That's a formal, very longest the reference group. Then you have taken the official membership. Your school. So that is also if you are going to the same school that has like 13 years of the same school. So that's why parents are very particular about which group that you are sending your child. Because that's the place where basically we improve ourselves. What else? But the other membership reference group. And your office. And class. So you have to formal membership. So you are going to live with this companion and with your friends for 3 years. So your batch can continue for 3 years or 4 years. 2 years. 2 years, I would mention. Yes. So that means for 2 years you are going to be in this group, this membership. So, so therefore, based on the reference group that you are in, you are slightly adjusting your behavior. It's mainly simply, I don't know, like how far that it's been required to you, but it's nice to be listen. When you are in a teenage, if you take a particular person, so that person's for a very small one, they take the mother and the father as the hero when they are at the school, at the house. Okay. Then after some time, when they start schooling, so that's changed. They love the teachers. So they always like imitate the teacher, and then whatever the teacher says, they are like obey with it. Then once they became teen, like 11, 13, 14, so likewise. Even the teachers don't care. So it's the fears, the reference group. That all your behavior, it's being influenced by the behavior of the peers, behavior of the friends in the group. Like the way that you cut your hair, the way that you dress. So like, because sometimes like even though you don't want to dress like that, but if you want to be in that clique, you have to dress like that. So if you have like a chance of like observing the behavior of a particular person who is turning into that age, it's very, very interesting. Because sometimes like I of course I have a son in that age. It's 13 now. I can really see that how he is adapting himself according to the reference. Even for a class, he designed for this class, these friends came so that I don't want to wear the same dress when I go for that. That's it. It's the adaptation according to the reference. And also, if a particular kind of a thing is seen as a bad comment from the friends, he's not going to wear it. So you might have done it even though you don't remember it. It's not you, but you're adjusting yourself. So according to the reference group. Now, yes, know it very well. So remember, reference group is a very powerful reference group because either you like it or not, you are a formal member. So you are adjusting your copying from the others because unless otherwise you don't feel comfortable. Because we Asians, we don't have individualistic thinking, we have the collective thinking. Like how many of you are just putting in place to the group and asking whether you are coming for the class today? So yesterday, if you want to like come for the class, sometimes at least you ask from one of your friends, are you going to come today for the class? That's the companion. And especially it's very popular among the girls. You need a companion always. So, so very hardly you see like if you are just stand alone, and especially when you do the shopping and you make some decisions and you do something, you always need someone to support. And so that all reflects the reference group and how much that you are comfortable with and how much you are adjusting yourself. So how the market is using it. Especially alcohol, tobacco, drugs. So those are not ethical to market, but they are nice for using these reference. So that's why they are targeting the school children. Because they know that if one school children is being targeted, so that automatically goes to the others, because that is the stage where you don't care anyone else other than the friends. So you just manipulate parents, you can manipulate teachers, you can manipulate because your heroes are friends. If friends or something dies, you die. So that's a very strong, powerful edge. So what kind of other products that the schools are mainly doing? Profession. If like particular kind of a spot is there, so then the friend, once you see that the friends also want to say, ah, let's also service. And even if you just see the chatting, so the chatting of a particular group, then you see like how their mentality, so how much the other persons are influenced. Sometimes so I have to send your examples from home. So I purchased a laptop from him for him, and then it was a quite substantial enough for him to do all the work. But then after that, he said, it's not powerful. He wants to just have the best laptop in the current. I said, you are the one who decided. I just gave him the decision, okay, because I'm not computer expert. He wants to do some Python or something for computer science. So let's say that I'm not Python expert, so you decide what are the specifications. So then he said, the specification is finally, it's okay for me, then we went for it. Then after a few months, then he said that it's not powerful. Then I said, don't ask until you finish your order first, don't ask where laptop came from. He said, no. Then once I checked the setting, I realized that other people have purchased another branded one. Now that is the reason for you to go for a branded one. So that, and even like the very recent experience, like the mouse. Mouse, like he was asking me 18,000 worth of a mouse. And I asked him, why the mouse, isn't it? So I was spending that much for a mouse. Then I realized that you can get everything from the setting, because when the phone that he's selling, it's being copied to me also. I can see what's going on. Then he doesn't know it. So then people are talking about when I purchased this kind of a mouse, and another person said that my mother changed it until to say that existing mouse is going to break itself. I'm not giving a mouse. So another one said that no, I can convince my parents, I will also get the same. So this fellow is also convincing me. I also want a mouse. So it's a people. So you see how the market is an isolation, because if they grab a one customer, so they don't need to do promotion anymore. So those people will do the self-promotion. So it's for the fashion, especially among the females, it's for fashion. But for boys, they're not much fashion oriented, they are very technical oriented. So they have to go for those kind of technical products. And it's the market is for fashion item, I mean the clothing, hairstyle. And like you can see among the girls, I don't know how far it's popular among the boys. So when one girl put a hair color, then the others also put, I also feel like I also want. It's like imitating. Okay? When a one is wearing a nice dress and other is after wearing white. So I also feel that I should also have something to do. So that is what is called reference group influence. It's very powerful, and there is something called influencer marketing that's very popular in the virtual platform. So then some influencers are there. So they are coming to the platform and saying that I'm using this kind of product. So therefore, so then there are some other fans. There's no better. So that is membership reference group, and there is something else called non-membership. You are not a formal member, but you are part of the reference. Like in Sri Lanka, cricket lovers. You are not playing for any cricket club, but you love cricket. So then you belong to cricket lovers, the reference group. So you watch the tournaments, and then if you see a particular person is performing very well, so you love to see that person, maybe the summer or whoever. So then how the market is see. They become those people as brand ambassadors. Like sometimes they did the last tournament, so whoever they're playing football with, so they pick up as a brand ambassadors and say that you talk about our brand to the community. That is a reference group. And even influencer marketing. The people are hiring those influencers and asking those people to claim about our product. And those influencers, somehow they are charging us. So in the Sri Lankan context, so cannot come up with some best influencers in the social media. Might be much powerful than me because I'm not a social media person. Some very popular influencers. That's a reference group. It's not like I would say that sometimes those kind of we call them as a role model. Opinion leaders. So they are called as opinion leader. If they say something, the rest of the people listen. Sometimes in a class also you have opinion leader, even in a membership group also you have opinion leader. Class friend. It's you. So, like the voluntary, all the others are appointing him as a class rep because like it's a literal the agreement, we all listen to you. Not an agreement, but it's a literal agreement. Or shouldn't we all like accept him as a person if he says something you agree? So likewise, even in the non-membership reference group also it's the same. Like some celebrities are taking him as a opinion. Maybe because of their expertise, or maybe because of just the popularity. Like Sangapar and Israeli, there's the expertise. But some people, it's not. Like some actress, I can check on him and her name. So it's a cheap, like third class actress. Can't remember the name. But it's very popular in terms of influencer. In terms of character, she's not a good one, but she's very popular for the influencer. She charges a lot. Okay. Research to find it. So if it comes at good. So in terms of character, she's not. She's a very notorious person, but very powerful influencer because she's having the highest fan base. No, not any. Give me this. That's why I said like it's the reference group to us. So in the social media platform, it's very powerful. So the marketers are using it. They don't mind like whether the person is a good person or a bad person. But the commercial, if you are hiring a particular person, you have to be careful as a marketplace because in case if you are hiring a particular person, I mean a celebrity as a brand ambassador, because for that celebrity there is a perception. So if that perception is gray, if the person is taking a black mark, that will reflect to your brand also, that you have to take care of. Because one time, I do remember the something on, so she has been taken as the Dettol brand in it. But because of the personal issues, so she had been badly criticized in the media. So they stopped that agreement as well. Because then it will reflect the brand as well. So there people are very much concerned when they are taking the opinion leaders to represent the brand. But however, the reference tool is a very powerful thing that massively being used in market. And in the office also, you are using a lot of reference. How? Because your office crowd, how in the office the reference group influence is that. Don't you, whenever you are going to the office, you are very particular about how others are looking at you. So that's why you can't go like this to the office. At least the boss will look at you. And there are others will comment on you. So you are to go in front of the viewer and you are very particular. Because you have to adjust yourself to different things. Like when everyone is following, when most of the office mates are having a degree, you feel like, should also have it. Let's go first. So that means we are exactly. So we are like dummies for the reference. So sometimes like in the retail vacation, you really want to stay home. But the problem is once you go to the office, other people will ask from you, but you will put in the vacation. You can't say nothing and stay with it. So that is why you are going for a vacation. So I have come with a lot of instances like that, not for me, but for me. In the I have to tell something once I go to school to my friends. But I is deep the vacation, the whole vacation, the whole month I was working, my husband also working. Then he was asking, I don't have anything to do once I go to school. So let's go from there. It's not for me, but for the reference. So that's why like the more mainly in the Asian country it's very popular because we want to have a life not for us but for others. Did you understand the point? So we live in a way others want. So in the family itself, like once you come to a particular age, so either you like it or not, you have to get married. Why? Because others ask. Not that you want to get married. You are like, you are the one who has to take the consequences. Either good or bad, it's not the people, those who answer that. Then after that, the people are asking, I don't give a kids yet. They are not the one who are making the kids. We are not supposed to make kids. But they are the worried. So that we have to wait. Understand? So that's the reference to it. So that's the marketeers are very family for get the benefit out of. Take another example, like a couple of examples. In the reference book, you can identify two types for reference book. Two types are there, membership reference group. Yeah, you have taken the formal membership. You can take down some examples like school, office. This is the university batch. Sometimes you don't want to have a laptop, but since others, everyone is having, you feel like you should also have to have backup. Sometimes, like once the school, once you're coming to the school age, not that you don't want to have a phone, Is most of the friends are in both also be like you have a, it's not you, it's your friends. And you can take down like that's consciously and unconsciously it's influenced at some time. So that's why so for certain schools, so they dress in a certain way and they behave in a certain way. So automatically it's model. The way that they cut the hair, the way that they even the comb the hair, the way that they dress, everything. Like slowly it's being like say for an example, in say if you are a person who is working in advance, but all your group mates are working until they wait until the last moment. For the first assignment, you try to push them. Second assignment, you try to push them. Third assignment, you also became like you have to wait because I can't do it. So that's good. It's like once you critically analyze, it's not you who enter and you are passing out in a different person because other people have it. And the non-membership reference group where you have not taken formal membership. Non-membership reference group where you have not taken just formal membership. Like ticket level. Ticket level in Sri Lanka. So in both cases where this is a very powerful influence for the people's behavior, especially for clothing items. And they not like it's a very powerful influence for certain products like clothing items. Hairstyle, shoes, education, watches, even also you can take down like for examples are there. Yeah, vacation and going for movies and it also be viral. So if someone has gone and seen the and they are all there, others also. Since months I saw some of them are wearing the spectacles, that also came to my mind. So my son was keep on asking, I need a specs. Why you need a specs? Then I realized that some other friends also now start wearing the specs. I thought that he is asking to the other fellows wearing, then I realized like, I said, he's there. I said, he needs to be a position, how he's having a vision problem. He's having a vision problem, but I was so worried because myself, I'm not yet using specs with my age here. My husband started using, yeah, I think once he's turning to 40, the son cannot be like he's still 40, but he's so happy. Yeah, I was so worried, and my husband was also so worried because they said, there is one age, he is so worse, he is so awkward, like happy, and he's looking for a branded specs. Because the friend is using this, my dad friend is using this one, and I said, this is a specs for this. You don't need to go for a brand, like, because the brand is very expensive, like 80,000 or something. Like, of course, we can't like keep it safe. It will go for average one in another 6 months' time, and you are changing. And I want to see that you're in the specs for the entire life. He said, my friends also enjoy it. So that's like so much preference looking. Also, the last year, so we came here. They were saying that it's a particular shop. So then we put the map and then we were going and then came to that shop. And the quality. The Asian one, the Asians from that one. And I said, what's uniqueness? Yeah, that's the place. So then I said that it's okay, it's a very different kind of thing. And then we keep on wearing the same thing, like even no time to wash that. looking for this 5 at once, I guess, so that all the 5 people will use it. So, every day he's asking, where's my that teacher? I said that it's in the document. So I said that how do you know that shop? Because so he was at home, like even my friends are. See, it's a very powerful. That is the way he is adapting to other unnecessary things. Like drugs, the tobacco and those kind of things, and we adapt we addict with the video games, the everything. It's the stage where the marketeers are very powerful than the parents and the people. You of course you are a bit mature, but you are being the captured by the office. So sometimes that may be one of the reasons for you to be here. Because others are doing other things, but also you don't have an option. Like the education is also another thing. And also going for vacation. So the people who go for vacation take the picture and put in the social media. And others also want to do. The social media networks, it's a very powerful now. Actually. So people don't live in the physical groups now, so they are living in the virtual groups. So you are looking at the AC, you want to change the temperature. It's just so much because I saw that time we are looking. That's 28. That's why is it all right if I'm going to make like 26 at least? It's better to stay outside. We keep it radiating, you know. Yeah. Okay. And the other one is the social networks. So that's what I told you, like the influencer marketing. And also what you have seen and the putting the pictures nowadays, like people, even they go to even like a hotel, they take pictures and without having bill. This is what I'm having today. And also like with the brand name of the place, and even if you go to a very unique place that's massively being used in the hotel and also the cafes and also tourism. People use we have been in this place and you put pictures, and the rest of the people, those who are being seen, that one day you should also do. So that the tourism is massively using it. And for the entertainment film and the musical shows, so that's massively they use the social media network as a reference group. Because you go as a team, you don't go isolation. Even to watch a movie, very rare to go alone. So you need a companion, and even for a musical shows, and even for a vacation. So you need to know the market is a nice tool. Right? The social media cases influencer marketing. So some influencers are there because they are commenting on certain products. Like you can tell some influencers, it's totally depending on the industry. So some industries, it's the Thangafar and some who bought here some fish that Savit studied these days. And like I said, like the actress name, a big actress. The takedown. I'm seriously kidding. Because if you have the highest fan base, you automatically become influencer. So some people are using it very unethically as well because once you put certain videos, so one number of views increases, then after a particular the limit, you get the money. So what they're doing is they like unethical videos, they put it not either to you, either belongs to you or someone else's without taking their permission. And then they put there in social media. So then the views are increases, then you get the automatically. But that is unethical one. I don't recommend that one, but some people do. Become influencer. You become like, I have this much of the views, 1K or 3K views. So when they are using this, I'm a good influencer that I can promote your brand. And especially social media, they are very powerful in terms of the fashion industry once again. And also clothing, hairstyle, cosmetics, and tourism, cafe, hotels. Because of the power of these reference group, like we are talking about these the groups, reference group and the social networks. Because of the power of these the groups, there is something called reference selling. So that means marketers are using the references from the existing customer. You say that this is our customer base, you can tap in. You can get information about us. Who is doing it? Which kind of company? Partners, car importers, the people those who are importing vehicles, they have a customer base. But let's say the potential customer base, this is our customer base with the contact number, you can contact in your way and see how what the service. So like sometimes especially the salons, once a particular person, let's say for an example, I dress you as a salon person. So I take a picture of it. And with your permission, I put it in my social. Then I'm showcasing myself, like this is how, these are the styles and these are the customers that I'm already treated. Then it's a kind of reference. Who else? And especially for surgeries in the hospitals. So like, say if it is a bypass surgery, so they have a customer base. Those who have already undergone a surgery and leave. So that you can contact those people and get to know about, because the people contact they want to give. And only the 3 people contacts are there, so they use that for reference. And this is also nowadays they are using the customer review. So whenever you are you are being exposed to a particular product or service, normally it's happening in the packaging hotels like us. So they say that put a review to our website. So you are making a comment. So when the new customer comes, before that person is coming, they are reading the reviews. And that is reference. They are referring to someone else's, and then you decide what you're going to do. So the reference of influence, now it has gone to different platforms for reference selling, and also the customer reviews that are also being used as, because in that case it's a non-membership reference, because you are referred to someone's review, doesn't know who is that. You are not formally, doesn't have any link with that person. But still you believe what that person is saying. According to the number of stars, like 5 stars, 4 stars, so like that. Then you know that this is a hotel, so I should also go for it. Customer reviews in the online platform, influencer marketing. And giving customer details as references. That's all coming under the groups and social networks. It doesn't happen among you and me, but sometimes they get lost in the social media. Because you lost yourself, you lost your real person, the manipulated person. Okay, then the other one is the family. Family is also very closely influencing your behavior and your decision, especially Asians. Because Asians are very collective culture, they are very particular about what others are thinking about us, not our wish or not. So then the family is so powerful. Because in the Asian context, family is a very strong one. where if you have children, so we are making children, thinking that the children should take care of us. So that we are going to keep them very tight, even at the age of 30, 40. So the parents are trying to. And also, like, it has both positive and negative sides. But in the Western culture, it's totally different. Like, you don't have a permanent family, so you have partners. Okay? So then you have the kids, and then you don't get married because you want to keep as a single mom so that you get the benefit from the government. So you don't need to work for like full time. You can work only 20 hours per week. So the rest of the time you have to take care of the child. The government is paying because of it. So if you are married, you won't get that one. So that's why those people are paid. So then they get married once the children became 13, 14. Because once the children comes to the age of 16, I'm not exactly sure. Yeah, 16. Yeah. So once they come to 16, so then they are not a part of the family. So then the parents say that now we have taken care of you, it's your life, so then you can go. So why? Because they won't get the benefits anymore from the government. Those families are very used. And even the way that they are letting the child to grow up, it's totally different. Like normally they won't keep the child on the lap. So always in the car seat, always in the couch. You don't take the children to the bed. So because you see, like the independence, it's not there. So always the child trying to become the dependent on the parent. So that's very detached and it's not there, but in the Asian country, like even at the age of 20, 25, the parents are feeding in a sense like financially giving everything for share. So if the financially giving everything, they are influencing the decision. Sometimes like very serious decision in the family, like deciding the career path, which discipline to go, and also like the whatever the A-level stream that you are looking for, there is a commerce, arts, so you can like the family influences, and which school to go, and which the friends that you are hanging around, and also like sometimes even the dress itself is being controlled, and also like what job that you do, and what partner that you get married. That's the worst case. Because finally the consequences are yours, but a lot of decision makers are there. Yeah. So likewise, it's the collective decision making. So how many countries are this? In the one country, where in that country the family members are very individualistic. Like if husband and wife goes to a like say, partner, they are going for a dinner or lunch. So if I eat, I should pay my bill. He should pay his bill. So, but in the Asian families are not like that. Even a mother gives the money, mother normally gives it to the father. The father is the one who communicates with the restaurant. Like we have the male dominant family. So that is not there. But in the Sri Lankan context, the market actually the Sri Lankan families still the gender matters. The father is always the king of the family in the male. If father is not there, then it comes to the son. That's the Asian system. Because sometimes the mother is in control by the elder son. And so then how the market is addressed. Some of our corrective decisions. So if we take certain decisions, like different people play different roles. We call as buying couples. For certain decisions, we have initiators. And also influencers. Then there are some gatekeepers. I will tell you the role that each person is playing. So these are the wine rollers. Take down please. Wine roll. It's coming under family. Especially in the Asian families, family collectively make some decision. So that different roles they play, these are those wine roles. Initiator, influencer, gatekeeper, decider, purchaser, and user. Okay. So initiator is the one who initiate with an idea. Say for an example, if you want to buy the vehicle to your family, there are some people who comes out with an idea. We should go for a vehicle. And those people are initiators. And there are some family members who support that idea, influence. Okay, we will take it. And there are some gatekeepers. Discourage. No, we should not do it. The gatekeepers who block the idea. And either one person or more than one decide, okay, which kind of a vehicle we purchase, which models are right to make the final decision. The decider. One who puppeting out the money is the person. Really paid. The user or users are the people who use. Now think about your family and identify who plays which role. Your buying vehicle. And then see it. They want something big. In your family, just think you're going to buy a vehicle. Identify which member plays which role. In your family, not in the unless otherwise you're not conversation. Initiate is one who comes up with an idea, influences other ones who support. The gatekeeper is the one who discourages. The decider is the one kind of decide, okay, this is the figure we are going to buy. The purchaser is the one who purchases. I mean, paying the money, and then the users are the one who use the vehicle. Okay. So you don't need to have 6 members in your family. Because one member can pay multiple, not just mutual exclusive. Simply identify in your family who plays which role, because I want to explain something out of it. Do it, please. Buying a vehicle is a situation, and identify the members who are playing this role. The scenario is buying a vehicle. Usually in Korea, but what other person is writing. Even I don't look at your answer. Because it's your family, I don't mind. But I need that to explain the next point. Huh? Right? So you can see this, I just read it. Yeah, there is no right or wrong answer. Okay, apparently everyone has done it. Now, see whether, like, in your family, there would be a person repeatedly showing in your answer. That means a person who plays multiple roles. He or she could be the most powerful person. That is the reality. Okay? So the marketeers know that in Asia, buying a vehicle is not an individual issue. In the family, different people play different roles. So if some people are having more controlling power, so their name is appears in frequently. That person, or either he or she, doesn't matter the gender, is the most powerful in the family. And the other most powerful person is the decider, not the person. Even though it's the same person or different person. Mostly the same person. He or she takes the controlling power. Sometimes the purchaser is a real innocent person. No voice at all. Just giving the money. And some like that's the you see like in marketing, it's sometimes user is you, but decider is not you. Money is not from you. It's a collective decision. Since this is a purchasing of a vehicle, the decider, I hope majority of yours is the gender. Gender means it's a gender matter, male. Look at your answers. Is it a male person decide or is it a female person decide? Majority should be male. Why? Because the automobile is a masculine product. Even though the female pay for it, even though it is for a female use, the females are reluctant to take the decision because it's a technical product. So marketing should know it. No matter it's being used by the female, no matter it's being fully financed by the female, the decision maker, that authority, is the male. So therefore, product should offer as a masculine product. So that's why almost all the vehicles are coming in masculine colors. So they develop the masculine personality in the product itself. Because you attract the masculine character. Don't care about the female character, even though they are using. So that's why even if you are coming up with the female colors, it is not powerful in trade. Like coming with a very multi colors, but nobody likes it. It doesn't match with the automobile category for Sri Lankan market because Sri Lankan market decision making power always go to the male. And also it's a family. Don't change that. So that's the point which I wanted to get to. It's a masculine product. From where that it has been positioned as a masculine because of this. It's a family decision. It's the male dominant. Now change the scenario to buying a tile to your home. Tiles, floor tiles, wall tiles, the bathroom fittings. Identify the place which it's There would be initiators, influencers, gatekeepers, deciders, purchasers, and users. If you don't have any gatekeepers, okay, keep it vacant. The gatekeeper is not a who is dominant? Is the male or female? The female. So the decision making power is nicely shifted to female, no matter who is paying the money. So that is the nature of the decision. Because if a male person is going to dominate the decision, male can't stay in the house. If it is interesting, he wasn't a designer. Recent, I was very much with one of my friends, the male friend in Australia, and he was saying that he wants to change the house because it's an idea. So it's very minister committee, and I said that give that to wife. Because even if you are going to find the perfect house, she will find the fault. So the best thing is give it to her. So then if she finds something, even a lot of mistakes are there, she has to bear it. So the reason that that's really true, because this house I found it that every single thing that happening, I'm being blamed. In your house, yes, things are like the tax card being broken and things are like maintenance, which is normally happen. It's not the point the person who selected the place or the tiles or somewhere, but it's the gender. That's why, have you seen in child advertisement? They're not taking males. You don't want males. That's only female. Because you know that you have to attract only the female, they dominate the position. So that's how marketers are looking to the particular persons and how they make decision and how they are attracting those the people towards the product. And even some of the products, mother purchased the entire family, like consumables and the poultry milk powder. So all these consumables, they don't care the father. So they're not taking the father into promotion. It's only the mother. It doesn't mean that only mother cares about the children. No, the mother's decision, which brand first. So the no point of influencing the father. So keep the father vacant for some other product, and you are focusing about the mother. And also like since the family is so powerful in the Asian countries, so most of the marketing companies are promoting families, like the family package. So who promote the family? Yeah, the Maggie noodles family package. And also family seat was. And also the hotels. The hotels also they are promoting the entire family, how they can accommodate. Because the single person vacation is not that popular in Sri Lanka. And even vehicles, two-door vehicles are not marketable there in Sri Lanka. Because in Sri Lanka, it's the entire family purchases the vehicle, so that it would be four-door vehicle. But in the Western country, two-door vehicles are very expensive. In Sri Lanka, no one wants to purchase it. Because they are purchasing vehicle for individual use. Here we are purchasing vehicle for family use. So therefore, you have to then even a member of the family. How many members are there in the family? In Sri Lanka, mostly we have one child or two child. So that means maximum 4 members. So then that small vehicles are very popular in Sri Lanka. But if you go to Malaysia and Middle Eastern, 7-seater vehicles are very marketable. Because in one family, a lot of children are there. Without having like minivans, they should have. Accommodate the entire family, but for us, we don't need that. So likewise, marketing is like every product, we nicely analyze how strongly and even the families like in the Middle Eastern, So one lady is having so many wives, so that so many children, they all live in the same house. The house needs to be a palace, but we don't need a palace. We have only one husband and one wife in one city. We have some, so it's in a different family. You can't bring everybody in the same house because it's not allowed. So that the house constructors also have to think about it. If the family is for one family, that's maximum 4 or 5. So likewise, if you take any industry, there is an indication. Okay, any indication. Take an indication. Family like the automobile, an example, the male dominant decision. If it's a male dominant decision, the automobiles offered as a masculine product. But tiles, female dominant decision. So it's a feminine product. You can highlight like a lot of family benefits are being highlighted, like some consumables, noodles, and the telecommunication packages, and the hotels. And even in the restaurants also you have family. Because we know that in Asia, the family is a very strong bond, so that you are purchasing not for your consumption, but for the entire family. And there you have to be very particular about who made the decision. So that's why even in the education institute, for the open day, they are not inviting multiple potential students. They are inviting the parents also, because they know that parents is the main decision maker. So they want to convince the parents. That also you can take down, like in the open days, the parents also invited. They influence the decision or sometimes they are the decision makers. Next time I'll take a break little late. I think I'll take the break unevenly. I can start at 12 because now you have gone to the diminishing margin already. The report about you are going here and there. I feel like the next time to be like that's so fun. The budget look up you are here and then you have it. Yeah. The next one is in the social the factors, law and the status. Law means what? Activities a person are expected to perform according to the person around them. If we take a particular person, you are a person, I'm also a person. So we play different roles in our life. So think about yourself and you identify what kind of roles that you are playing in your life. If I take myself, I'm here as a lecturer. Also, I'm playing the role of a mother. Also, I'm playing the role of a spouse. Also, a board. So basically, 5 roles I'm playing in our table. You identify how many roles that systems. The roles that you play in your life. Now, I said about myself, you have to reflect about yourself. For sure, I can tell you one thing, you are a daughter or son for a son. It won't change. Other things like, I don't know whether you are married or not. Also, you are an employee. So you are playing that role. Those are permanent role, and other than that, so many other roles also play. Driver, passenger, isn't it? All also. So if you have reflected the roles that you are playing, so every single person in this world, we are like acting. So if you act nicely, you can maintain your state. That's the thing. If you fail to act, no one respects you. If you don't play the role of the daughter, no one cares you in the family. If you don't play the role of a son, so because you have some responsibility. As a son, what you have to do? If you fail to do so, no one listens to you. Just imagine like you have younger brothers and sisters. You fail the exam. Now you are going to teach them. What the hell does yours? You know what you can do, then I will listen to you. That means you don't have the status. Because you didn't play the role of the younger, the elder brother, and then you failed to play. So that no one is respecting you. Say that like parents are expecting something from you, but you fail. You don't have any voice at home. If you perform well, you have a very big voice. But if you fail, no voice. Nobody wants to listen to you. So like you are being hired for a company. So you are being hired because they are expecting something. They want you to play a particular role. If you perform well, you are being pleased and they will keep you. Otherwise, after the building, bye. Will follow you because you are not playing the role. And also, it's promotion, everything, the acceptance, everything happens. How far that you are playing the role? How far the other people, and even among the friends, because within the office and also within the class, so you are not playing the role of a friend also. So if you are playing that role well, so you have a lot of friends. Otherwise, no one cares about you. No one is there even to give the note. If you are not such a good person. So that's all, and that's a human practice. So people know this. Always we try our level best to maintain our status. So sometimes whenever you are going to the office, you have to dress in a certain way. Not that you like it, but you want to play that role. That is what you are demanding of yourself. The marketing is not that. Every single person, multiple personalities, so that multiple dresses. So which market for it? And sometimes we create a role something. So say if you are playing different roles simultaneously, certain roles conflict with another role. Like say for an example, if you are taking working the mother, like you have to take care of the housework, you have to take care of the children, and also you have to roles simultaneously conflict with each other. So you are finding solution. So you don't have time to cook, to go for a store. You don't have time to physically take care of your children, so that you look for maid, look for babysitting, so look for daycare. So you don't have time to physically do all the cleaning, so that means you go for maid and sometimes so you go for the laundries. So and also sometimes you don't have a physically drop and pick up your children, so that you arrange a separate transport. So all these things that we have already discussed in the environment, that's coming on here. They're all sensitive. The one person trying to balance all these different people in you. So you have different people inside you, so different people are demanding different things. If you are not strong enough to fulfill all these things, you are finding solutions externally. Those external solutions are opportunities for market. So that's why they are offering restaurants, pattern shop vegetables, the grinded milk, and also like the formula milk, the baby car. Lot all the list that I have already discussed in our previous discussion coming here because we want to balance your. Okay. Then you take down like each person play multiple roles. Each person play multiple roles. Each role attached with the respective status. Each role attached with its respective status. Example, mother or father, daughter or son, employee, student, friend. So those are the multiple roles. In order to maintain status attached to each of these roles, in order to maintain status attached to each of these roles, people behave in a certain way. People behave in a certain way. Consequently, people behave in a certain way. Consequently, demand for required product. Consequently, demand for required product. Example, as a student, purchase casual gems. But as an employee, wants to purchase office wares. We can take down like some roles conflict with another. Some roles conflict with another. When it is required, to play, simultaneously. Example, working women. Play multiple roles. In bracket, you can take down like mother, daughter, spouse, employee. When one role challenges the other, within bracket, you can take down as personal versus office. When one role challenges the other, so it's better. Demand for different solution. Demand for different solution. For instance, ready-made food, babysitting, housemates, laundry, private transport, etc. That's the social factors. Now we are getting to personal factors. In terms of the age and the life cycle stage, we are passing different stages in our life. Okay. So with the age, so we are passing these stages in the life cycle. So we are like infant, then the child, teenage, young, adult, elders. Write it down in your notebook and then reflect yourself. I know you have completed all. Like then think about like how is your behavior, like what's the preferences, like what's the main focus, what's their preference, and in the life. And for children, young, teenage, and at least you can think about up to the fourth stage, because all of you are 20 plus. The other thing is keep the fifth one for me. Sixth one, so we get discussed. Like say for an example, infant, their main way is the life is very simple. No need any fashion. So long as the food is there, that's it. Okay? That's something like that. You need only food and beverage, that's it. You don't need to even cover the body. You don't care. That's the nature of infant. Just simply reflect yourself, but anyway, I'm discussing that I want to reflect. Find yourself. Just give your time for you to reflect yourself and find yourself. Okay, how about the behavior? Like, as I said earlier, the infant, very simple life. So demand only for the food and beverage. That's it. So, but that food and beverages should be very high nutrition, very healthy. That's the thing. We can't like give anything that we. And then the children, they want to become like child in between, like 2 to 10. So the dresses are required and the toys. Even that is the stage where it's grown up. So the high nutrition food. And also like the education, primary, like very the infant education, like the nursery primary education. And it's like the kind of providing the foundation. And also that is a stage where they fall in love with the cartoon. And the cartoon characters become heroes. Then the teenage. You start thinking about like your attraction, the appearance. You start focusing about the fashion and the very powerful in reference to the people. You try to imitate what others are doing. And in your life, the peers are the heroes. But in the child stage, it's the parents and the teachers. And when it's become like young, so also you're spending lots for the education for the teenage. But once it becomes young, so you try to settle down in the life. You take things serious. So you need to have a job and you need to have your own life. You want to do a good job. So you look for the comfort of the life. So you are investing on your education. That's why you're not spending the weekend here. It's not about reason. So you can become bit serious about yourself. And I should settle down. That's enough. Like playing around the things. And like there is a stage where like you look for automobile, you look for house, and you look for a career, and you look for partner, and you look for the investing in education in that age. And also you look for furniture and those kind of things. And the adults means like then you're a bit the settle down in your life. So you have the kids also, the like latter part of the young stage as well. So but you are very particular about your dependence. More the dependence needs to be comfortable on than yourself. And when you are thinking about the retirement, in your age you don't think about the retirement, but in my age I'm thinking about the retirement because I'm in that age. So then, like what else? Mainly it's like when it's become the elders, you more towards the spirituality and you're looking for the next birth. So like when is you have to do something for the next birth. But up to the fourth stage, you don't think it. You don't become a spiritual. So you don't want to do all the spiritual things because it's a long way to come. The market is it's well known. This is the behavior of the people, the age and the life cycle stage where they are in, their requirement, the way that they look at the life is totally different. Like the children, those who are very fond of having cartoons, they want to have the famous cartoon character everywhere. the t-shirts, the parents, books, everywhere. But you don't like the t-shirts when once you turn into a teenage. Then you become a baby. Certainly, once you become the young stage, you don't want to wear very fancy dresses. Because you feel shy, because it's not suitable for your age. So the same person, but now you look at the fashion in a different way. So that accordingly it needs to be adjusted. It has a psychological point as well, but the marketing it has a psychological point, the way that you look at it. That mainly being used in the fashion industry, toys industry, education industry, insurance, because they won't go and speak to the insurers at the age of teen, because they know that those people are not looking at the life risk. Only the people, those who are 40 plus, 45 plus, looking at the life risk, because they can't stop dying, only they are worried about the dependent. So that they know that what could be the target market as well. Sometimes it's very nice, the same thing, but you look at it in a different angle depending on the age you are in. Like, so normally there's one the story I have read. If you see the moon in a very small age, he say that like there is a rabbit inside, so we are asking the honey and the milk from that one. So that is the way that we look at the moon in that age. But once you become like young, then it's the moon, you feel like it's better if you have a companion. Just hold the hand and just talk something very important. But once you become like the sixth stage, like the elderly, so once you see the moon, you feel like I'm looking for those 4 years, so I should go and obtain the thing. You see, that is the reality in the life. The same thing, but they look at it in a different angle. So accordingly, so we need different things. Okay? So that's the market is well known. So that's why they are adjusting accordingly. So, like everything is evolved, so that you have to adjust according to the people should. So what we are going to take that. So for children, normally they use mainly the toys and those kind of things. The fashion is mainly targeted for teenagers. The education and the like the career and the properties, those are mainly for the young. And for the adults, about the dependents and also the insurance scheme and the retirement scheme, that's mainly for the adults. And the elders, mainly spiritual kind of things and engage in charity work. It's very interesting. In the same family, different age groups people are there. Just imagine like someone in this age group, some in this age group, and some in this age group. Having that kind of a parallel. So it's always gets conflicts with these two. Rajamma is always shouting, worship. The son is just putting the flower and come because that is the worship point. Because that person is saying that the next girl can go fire, this person is there. Because you have to live this girl. And you think about the next one. So the one in the middle should understand it very well. Otherwise, it's being sandwiched. Because we have to console the parents as well as their consumption. It's a psychological thing, but marketeers enhance the use of it. Especially in the New Year festival. So you have to buy certain things for the parents and those kind of things. And they look at very good. They call it as a problem. Yeah. So we went to go for a vacation, then again on the sun. So just we entered to the room. A very romantic picture was there. My mother was telling, okay. Like, yeah, the same with unfortunately the family room. It's all 3 generations, you see? The children is also there, my children are also there. And the mother is out there wondering how. So he was complaining about the teacher. Then they're like, myself and husband, of course, okay. The son was very uncomfortable because he is very shy because it's a very romantic one. Then I think I didn't comment on it because if I commented, it should be very uncomfortable to him. I just make it as like I didn't hear it. It's a different generation, so it's the hotel. We made a mistake because it's not a family room. So we made it a family room. But for a family room, they should understand what kind of picture it is. It shouldn't be uncomfortable. It's something the marketing point. Yeah, like if a hotel is designing something that should be matched to the Sri Lankan family. But unless otherwise, if it is a couple room or if it is a child room, so that should be a different definition. But it's nice when you try to live in the subject. So this is not something that you learn and keep it aside. So every day something is there that you can put that into the practice that you are bringing for the class. That's what I want.